Okay, welcome back. Congratulations on being halfway through Math 10. Hope you didn't find the term test too hard, but regardless, give yourself a pat on the back. You are halfway through. So now what we got to do is we got to run through chapters 5 through 9. We're not going to worry about chapter 10. There just isn't enough time. So we got to get through chapters 5 through 9 the next couple of months here, and then get you ready for your final exam. So, we're going to start off with Chapter 5. Chapter 5, as you can see, is dealing with capacity, volume, mass, and temperature. So capacity is basically how much something can hold, right? So it's an amount So it's how much a container, sorry about my bad spelling here, can hold. So, when you buy a pop can, it can usually hold 355 milliliters. Or you go to the grocery store and you get a jug of milk, and usually the jug of milk can hold 4 liters of milk. So we're going to take a look at some of the other types of measurement that we can use, okay, that you'll heard sometimes. First one being a fluid ounce. So instead of being milliliters, we used to get everything in fluid ounces. And 1 fluid ounce is basically 2 tablespoons. So if you took 2 tablespoons of water, you would have 1 fluid ounce. Okay. A cup, sometimes it'll call for a cup of milk or a cup of water. A cup is 8 fluid ounces. And a pint is 2 cups, or because it's 2 cups, that means I'm going to take the 8, multiply it by 2, 16 fluid ounces. And 1 quart is 2 pints, which is 4 cups, or 32 fluid ounces. And a gallon, we still talk like that if we go to get a gallon of paint. So typically a gallon of paint is 4 quarts. Okay, or 128 fluid ounces. So you can see kind of how they work together. So that's how typically we've used them. The UK has used them as well. They use them a little bit differently. A fluid ounce is still the same with the UK. It's still 2 tablespoons. However, a cup is 10 fluid ounces. So their cups are a little bit larger than ours. So if you're doing recipes online, you want to make sure that you've got the US measurements as opposed to the UK measurements. A pint too, it's a little bit larger. It's 2 cups as well. But because their cups are larger, it's going to be 2 fluid ounces. And a quart, it's 2 pints. But again, because everything, the cup is larger than the US cup, it's going to be 40 fluid ounces. And same with the gallon. Their gallon is also 4 quarts. So everything works out the same. It's just that because the cup in the UK is larger, it's going to make some adjustments. And so it would be 160 fluid ounces. Okay, so this is the key part right here to pay attention to. This table, though, if you're interested, it's in your work text as well, so you should fill it in. It's on page 126 of your work text, so you can fill that in. So let's do a couple problems with these. So how many pints are in a gallon? Well, 1 quart equals 2 pints. And 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So, when you do the math, it's going to work out to be 2 pints times 4 quarts. It's going to give me 8 pints in 1 gallon. Okay, Evan's making some punch. He needs 3.5 quarts. So how many cups is this? Well, 1 pint is the same as 2 cups. So if he's got 3.5, oh, we're doing quarts. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I just erased the word. So we're doing quarts. So 3.5 quarts. Well, 1 quart is the same as 4 cups. So, I'll take 3.5 quarts, times that by 4, to find out how many cups there are per quart, and 3.5 times 4, 14. So that's going to be 14 cups. Okay, Lars bought a bushel of oats, and what a bushel is, it's a dry unit. And typically 1 bushel is the same thing as 8 gallons. Okay, so he bought a bushel of oats and uses 1 pint of oats each day. So how many days will the oats last? Well, 8 gallons, or 1 gallon, equals 4 quarts. And 1 quart equals 2 pints. So 1 gallon equals, I'll take the 4 quarts times 2 pints is 8 pints. So if 1 bushel is 8 pints, sorry, got ahead of myself here. So 1 gallon equals 8 pints. And there are 8 gallons in a bushel. So I'm going to take my 8 pints, times it by 8, because there's 8 gallons within a bushel. So it's going to be 64 pints. So 1 bushel of oats will last 64 days, giving out 1 pint per day. So these are tough, so they're going to take some practice. Please don't ignore these ones, okay, because it's just going to come back and it is really going to cause you some grief if you don't practice these little skills here. Let's do some more, okay? 2 cups equals how many pints? Well, 1 pint is 2 cups. So 2 cups, therefore, is 1 pint. 4 fluid ounces is how many tablespoons? Well, 1 fluid ounce is 2. So, times that by 4, so that's going to be 16 tablespoons. 5 gallons is how many fluid ounces? Well, 5 gallons, if I times that by 4, is 20 pints. Sorry, 20 quarts. And 1 quart is 32 fluid ounces. So I'm going to take the 20 and times it by 32. So it's going to be 640 fluid ounces. And 5 gallons is how many fluid ounces in the UK? Well, 1 gallon in the UK is 160 fluid ounces. So I'm going to take 5 times 160, which is going to be 800 fluid ounces. Okay, practice these. It's going to take some practice. And page 127 in your work text, and do all 5, numbers 1 to 5, please. Okay, good luck.